Hello everybody, welcome to today's development stream. How's everybody going on this Sunday? Oop, not as set up as I meant to be. It's a little wonky. That's better. That's better. Alright, I've got some things I need to organize here. We have some bugs to fix. It's going. Welcome. Yeah, it is going. I feel like a little off kilter this morning. I feel like I've been running around doing stuff. I have some legalese on my laptop I need to deal with, but today's a shorter stream, so I'll do that after the stream. It'll be fine. So yeah, tomorrow is Canadian Thanksgiving, but my family celebrates it today. So I'm going to have to be ending the stream at 1. So that gives us 2 hours today to try to rush out a bunch of these little fixes to go in another hotfix, hopefully. Hopefully that'll happen later today. Hotfix might end up going out tomorrow, but there's a couple things that would be nice to get out today. So let's organize these right now, because I have not updated my to-do list. So, to-do. Okay, 2 hours to crash the servers. Don't crash no servers, please. Okay, so Boole, he found the ladder. So pretty much beside the woodcutting guild, this was not meant to be released. I could totally fix this by just getting rid of the ladder, but Jaegar's busy right now and today anyway, so this patch isn't going to be able to go out for a bit because there's some parts there that need to get lined up. So basically we have enough time that I could actually finish the feature. I don't think it would be too hard, or at least mostly finish it. Basically, beside the woodcutting guild, to the left of it, there's a ladder. Do not take that in the game right now. It'll lead you to nothing. It'll basically bring you to the underground, but there is nothing there, and it's just a void. Like there's nothing to go to. So we need to put a matching ladder so it knows where to go, and in the underworld, and basically finish this path under the woodcutting guild. That'll have a way to get in, so there's a quick entrance to get in if you're coming from the west side. So that's really the goal, is to make there be a toll booth underground. Like an NPC pretty much is holding up his own little contraband toll booth underground off to the side, but there is a proper path. So there's an official underground path that kind of is a little quicker. Then there's that little NPC's little crevice with a little toll that you can go up through his house in the woodcutting guild to get in. So as long as you have some gold on you, you'll be able to shed some time when you try to go in there. Can walk on water there and stuff. Yeah, don't run around there, Boole. Don't do that. I was trying to make it sound like you go to nothing, but yeah, you just literally appear in that same X and Y position, but in the underground. So you're just on the wrong side of all the walls. Yeah, don't go to that ladder, please. It's not good. So we need to finish woodcutting underground passage. Driftin found a bug that I have no clue how this got in, but I tested it and I can recreate it with all 3 guilds, so it's not okay. And you can basically, once you get to the point where you've created a camp, it seems to not actually check if you have the noted items to pass the exam. I made some changes in there to make unnoted and noted share towards some counter that goes down, and I remember messing with that little check. But I guess I messed it up, and you can just straight up skip the tutorial, and then, as he said, you don't finish the quest. So don't do that either. I'm going to have to manually teleport him back into the quest so he can finish it, because there isn't a way back in. And I'll have to fix up that little gaping hole. So this is after making a construction camp, you can exit quest without the notes. Okay, what else was there? The Crown to Favor fix isn't perfect, and I don't know. I'm going to leave that to Jaegar. That one's actually on his plate, but I'll put that down. Oop. Crown to Favor converter. So before it was completely bugged. Like if you were... Yeah, like if you typed into it, it was like live changing to back to the global text box. I thought I fixed it, but it seems to now just randomly do it. Like it's not like it does it every tick. It might happen every 4 ticks. It might take 20 seconds and then it happens. So it's usable, but it's not good. It needs to get fixed. I was able to complete the quest without using the camps. Yeah, that's what Driftin reported here. So I gotta sign this bad boy to myself. Start that today. The Woodcutting Guild passage. I'd also like to do that, but I'm not going to start that because I could just as easily delete the ladder to fix the issue. So if push comes to shove and we don't have time for whatever reason, that's it. That has an easy out. And I'm signing this to Jaegar because he said he'd do it, and I don't want to do that one. So let's fix this camp thing. Also, I don't think it shows enough of camps. Do you think it should be longer? Or, yeah, how do you guys feel now that you guys have gone through it? It is very short. I know that. And I noticed another bug, which is it's supposed to take 8 notes in the tutorial and 25 for the quests, but it seems to take 8 notes for all of them. So, quest versus tutorial note requirements should differ. Because I wanted the quest one not to be done like that, but for the tutorial, I didn't want to bore people down by making them grind in the tutorial. We also picked 8 notes back when it was really slow to get the resources, and then I made special trees and stuff in the tutorial so that you gather the resources quicker, too. So I guess we could raise that, too. I didn't have enough inventory space, which made it a little messy. It's a good point. Doing that properly would probably just be like more like instancing it. Like you go there, it automatically stores your items somewhere that you don't know about. You do the tutorial and then, or the quest, and then as you leave, you get rid of anything you had. So if you just made had extra logs or something, you know, get rid of all those, and then it brought your items back. I don't know if that's what I want to do in a hotfix, because I'd like to just make sure that new players don't get stuck. Because right now they can just get stuck leaving early. So I'd rather fix that from a hotfix point of view, but that is a good point from like making it better. So yeah, to actually make this a proper quest, we need to add a... How do I do that? I guess it's like quest storage to hold items while you do the quest. The cheeky way out too is to put the bank chest that's beside death in the tutorial so that you always just can do that. But then you could cheat in that you bring your own items out to just so you don't even have to gather them. And I don't know, it might be too confusing for new players. Does also remove camps if you leave the zone. So that is part of what Vio and Driftin found about exiting the quest early. It is supposed to clear the camps. If you exit the proper route, it will clear the camps if you just happen to build a second one and you left it there or whatever. And it's also supposed to be the right amount of notes to deplete it, that the camp should naturally deplete throughout the quest. But to break it, I assumed you'd be building a second camp, you know, afterwards to make that, to even trigger this interaction. But this early exit kind of bypasses all of that, so the camp is currently stuck. Like I was looking at the tutorial. Yeah, I did a tutorial rundown, and I noticed that there was somebody left a camp there, and I just right-clicked, and it was there, and I was like, this is somebody left this and has cheated their way through without realizing it. And if you do that, it also keeps the like text at the bottom on the adventurer, so. On top of giving you guys a way to fix this, I probably need to make some sort of like clear status command, which I hate making commands to solve problems, but other than doing a whole account migration just to fix that one thing. I think that's the easy way to fix it. Yeah. So there was one other thing I just remembered that I wanted to put in here. Come on, what was it? Well, it'll come to me. Let's start with this first issue. Actually, was there any other bugs while I'm here? Nope. Okay. Also, what do you guys, now that all the different, like, okay. So we have 3 different guilds, and now it's essentially 3 different starter towns. So you will have probably noticed that I buffed all the towns. There's now rats by the mining area by the woodcutting guild. The mining area by the woodcutting guild now goes up to coal. Now has coal. The fishing guild mining place also has coal now, and copper. Like, I tried to add things, so like I added wood. You guys have probably noticed all the trees that got added to the wood or the mining guild. So I tried to make them all a little more starter town. But they're definitely lacking. And I'm thinking from like a new player's perspective, I feel like the starter town just had so much that you'd see it and you just feel like there's a lot to do. And I'm a little worried about new players basically doing the woodcutting tutorial, getting to the woodcutting guild, and then pretty much just seeing everyone woodcutting and not knowing what to do. But I guess that's part of the MMO. They'll just talk to other players and learn. I've just been playing idle clicker games, so I don't know. Tisk. Aggressive rats, goblins. Yeah, we should add those. The goal is that the deep forest biome that the woodcutting guild is a part of will have the more mythical NPCs. Like, that's where imps, stuff like, imps or centaurs, stuff like that would be in, fairies, that'd be in that biome. But we can always just delete the goblins once that happens. Or just make the rats aggressive. That's the other. You're right, that's a pretty easy one. There's a mining area right beside that I already had put non-aggressive rats. Just make a ladder beside it that goes down to an area that just has a little bit more mining and aggressive rats. And then it gives them something to train. If that gets full, then they know to just start exploring the map. Let's put that. Aggressive rats. And the mining area does have aggressive goblins, but they're not right there. It's the... what is that? The northwest of it has some aggressive goblins that are low level, and then I think if you just go north of it and take a wrong path, or northeast and you go into the sheep. So mining guild's okay. Fishing doesn't have anything, does it? It has chickens right under it, and it has crabs to the west. Oh, and it has the whole ladder that goes underground. No, fishing's good. Fishing's okay. Let's put this on the other monitor. Jaegar and Tyler are just talking about more cosmetics and what should come next. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, so after making a construction camp, you can exit without noting things. So that's not okay. Go to getter. Oh yeah, and how's my audio compared to the music? Is the level all right? So this is the above ground guide. No, below ground guide. Let's see. Hopefully it's just really obvious. If we have started the tutorial and we haven't talked. So what is this case? So this case is you've created the construction camp. Now you can just talk to him. Well, I guess I should go to the step guild entrance timer. And in here is kind of where I do all the specifics here. So let's see where I change steps. So it's like if you're create a camp, if your camp is bigger than 0, we go to step 5. And then we go into here. And then here is where it knows you've built a camp, but it's just trying to decide, have you made enough that we tell you to end the exam and we set your state? Have we, so it kind of makes these choices about what messages. So in here, we don't want this to be exiting early. That'd be awkward. Because this sets the quest state to 6. The other thing is, does this thing have a chest or chat of 5? Go complete is state 5. So it says here, if we're at state 5, go to speak to your guide. That's exactly it. So this right here needs a check before it. So this is if you have completed the exam, or if you have built the camp, talk to the guide to complete, and that's not what we want. Does it tell you to speak to the guide, or is it just you talk to the guide? I think it's just you talk to the guide and it breaks. Oh, Carson's goats open if you want them. All right. Let's get some goats. My guy's not actually doing anything, I don't think. Ooh, that is the dev account. All right, let's log in. Let's just get them going. The levels are indeed all right. Actually, we'll do that later. All right. Sounds good. I guess it's just that I don't want you to go to 5. If it's bigger than 0, set it to 5. That's not right. That's the problem. It's not go to 5. It's I see. Okay, so I think what it is that all of this shouldn't be in 5. This is not operate a camp, so this should be create a mining camp, comma, operate the camp, and get 10 noted items. This doesn't end until you actually like, this is you've spoke, so this is, I need to move pretty much all of this logic needs to be one step earlier. So it's like, if you've built a camp, set the depletion amount. Bam. So if you've built a camp, then we do this. Now we don't want to do this every time. We basically just want to say, so you've built a camp. Oh, this is not okay. This is another bug. I'm assuming that the camp you built that is relevant to the quest is the first camp, but that's not true. If you have if you have other adventurers doing it and the different guy goes and does it, like this could be like the last camp. It probably is the last camp. It probably is not, like specifically is not the first camp. It's 100% the last camp. I got this. Camp is null. So you start the quest and there is no camp we're referring to. So in this, when we're at step 4, we're basically waiting for the camp to be built. So if camp is null, oh, that might be part of, so I noticed that Driftin, his screenshot shows that it went to a different step than I did when I cheated it by going through the tutorial and recreating this. And it probably is that you instantly get into case 4, but you guys already have camps open from your other adventurers. You just had one, you just sent a guy off to do the quest. And that guy got into this case, grabbed a random camp, and just skipped the I've created camp. So that's why Driftin says here, this makes sense, this makes so much sense. Quests are still considered incomplete. Should note I never operated the camp nor collected 10 logs. It just told him he did. So I think that, that's because he already had the camp created and it just like skipped him through stuff. Okay, all right. Like right here even, because I just copied code from below, here I have code that actually looks to see if there's a camp really close to you. That's the type of logic I should do, not, make guild camps just for the quest. That's interesting. That is, because then I don't have to worry about this. Just doing that means I don't even have to play cleanup, play janitor. It's just not going to be added to your construction entities. I have a specific thing I can look for. And that's actually pretty interesting, because I was already thinking about how I should have the tutorial should have a different saw, so that it opens a different menu that only has the one menu action to do. But that make a lot of sense. Like a special saw, you use the saw on the log. If you're in the woodcutting quest, it only lets you create that one option, a lumber camp, but it's the guild lumber camp, so none of this matters. And I can literally just use the built-in maps, search for this adventurer, this NPC, or like world object ID, find it, is one close. Like, that's already a thing. I just can't do it because I have to go through the construction entities, because this is a special case. That's so simple, VO, thank you. I didn't want to do extra work, but that will actually make things so much less bug prone. Okay. I probably still need to move this up, but I'm just going to undo a little bit and plop this back into case 5. Bam. Just so that it's there. And you're right. Let's go make new special camps. That way there's no consequence, even if it gets left behind. It's so much nicer. It won't get automatically recreated, because we're not going to like to object from object. So it's like if the server goes down and goes up, it's not like it's still there. Even if somehow it doesn't get cleared, it just go away like a fire would. So much better. Okay. So I guess what I'm looking for is a getter. So where I say lumber camp, gonna make a tutorial lumber camp. Let's do that. That is a better call. I'm worried about like just scoping things, because there's the hotfix I want to go out today, and then there's the cleanup I want to do tomorrow, because tomorrow's a holiday and my family stuff is today, right, for Canadian Thanksgiving. Whoop whoop. So I really want to do this. I'm going to do this tomorrow. What I'm going to do today is make a quick fix so that this does not happen, so that we can just get something out that fixes the tutorial. And tomorrow I will make a special saw, special camps for all the stuff. This makes sense. I think even if I go to guild, is the idea of a camp in here? No, so the guilds should also in their quest define what their special camp is. Yeah. New camps look legit. Oh yeah, thank you. I like what Tyler did with them too. They're pretty cool. They're so much better than the old one. What was the old one even? I think it was like, I took the bottom of a chest and then I hand drew the top, trying to like make it taller, and it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, no, I like his stuff. Yeah, the quick fix for this is that all of this does actually go into step 4. I put a little bit of logic in here that basically is like, wait 1 second, sorry, I'm just thinking. Okay, so quick fix for this, just so it's out. We go through, in the point where we're supposed to make the construction camp, we'll do more logic here than just move on. So we try to make a camp. Then we look at our noted amounts. And if the noted amount is enough, then we go despawn all the camps around you, tell you to speak to the guy, and we go to step 5, not 6. Otherwise, if... Yeah. Otherwise, if... Bam... You have gathered enough. You have gathered... Oop, typo. Interesting. Okay. Is that all it's going to be to fix this? That better... Like... I think for like a quick fix, that might be all I need, which is not a good look. Let's go to this version. Hey, it tries to bold it. Nice. We should have that. Honestly, I would like to put markup in this kind of stuff. The problem before was that anytime, like when you do markup, you kind of have to, it sucks, but you have to like find a clean way to do markup, because if you take the lazy route, people can like inject HTML or stuff quite often. Too many sites, it's like sad how much you can do. And like I do sometimes what this guy literally did, where he did that bold, because if that works, there's like literally a chance you can just start typing HTML in. Pretty much any it's called Qt. The UI is called Qt, and so many things use it. The old SoundCloud used to use it, or not SoundCloud, Spotify used to use it as their UI, and pretty much anything with Qt are built with that, which is a lot of like the open source world. If you, every text box, you can just inject HTML, and it's pretty funny. Okay. Oh yeah. So this is my local. It's not what I meant to do. I meant to go to the tutorial. I guess I could have just done the quest, but wood cutting. Talk to the guide. Boom. All right, let's see if I can cheese it. So wait, oh yeah, no. So the bug is that, oh yeah, no. So if I talk to him now, he'll still tell me to do it. Yep. So if I make a lumber camp and I talk to him, damn it, really? Okay, wait. So how did we get to 5? If noted amount. Noted amount is bigger than amount. What's amount? Amount is if quest state is 0, then it's 25, otherwise it's 8. Let's try that one more time. Put a breakpoint now, and let's see what it does. $20 online, nice. Do you guys find now that when you change tabs, everybody like moves really quickly? Like I know I'm pretty sure I literally know the exact code that's doing that, but I don't remember it being this bad. But before it would almost crash when you change tabs. So maybe this is like, now that we fixed it so it doesn't crash, it's just rapidly playing the last like 200 milliseconds of movements or something. Because I think that's literally what we have. It's like for unimportant messages, if they're over 200 milliseconds old and we're decoding them, just ignore them, because we're gonna get something newer anyway. Like it means we're backlogged. It plays catch up if I minimize it. I will hold, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it plays backup for like everything, because like if you wait an hour and come back, it's still only a few seconds. But except it might be like one frame of like everything moves, and then it's like the last 200 milliseconds. I think that's what's happening. It's like if somebody moved a while ago, it's like snap him to where, like snap him closer, and then play the last 200 or something. It came back an hour later. It holds my If I came back an hour later, it holds my inventory. Interesting. Okay. Same amounts, etc. So we're probably ignoring messages. I wonder if it would be better, like, there's two trains of thoughts here. There's one, which is we make the clients actually listen to all the packets and try to do work, which has the risk of doing what it used to do, and it does way too much and causes issues. Or the other thing is we could just do no work, ignore all messages, and then on going back to the tab, it pretty much like re-asks, hey, what's my inventory state? What's this? What's that? But I feel like that's also inefficient. Chat with Jaegar, because yeah, that is if the inventory is not changing, it's because there's literally messages get sent over the network saying this is what it looks like now. Like you just did something. Here's how much you have left. All right. Well, let's try to speed run this guy again. Actually, I have one too many, which will actually might bring me down a different case. So let's just be legit for a second. We build a camp. We talk to them. Server hit a breakpoint. So now we have a camp. We go into here. It sees we have no noded, no unnoted, but amount is 8. So we don't go into that. We say gather this amount. Oh, well, no, lol. Okay, this is gonna get changed a bit, but this is actually the start of what VO, like that camp thing he pitched, would be. So let's just store a local camp. It's just gonna be an instance of it. If camp is null, camp is userdef.construction entities at userdef construction entities.length -1. And then we tell that camp, this one time we set it, hey, you actually have this, you need 8 resources or whatever. So let's see this. Okay, so that, oh, see if that's better. And I'm just gonna quickly jot down so I don't forget this for tomorrow. This is gonna be camps. What is this? So this is gonna be tutorial needs special saw for, or tutorial saw for tutorial menus for tutorial camps. I'm just gonna put it that way. I'll know exactly what I mean. So I need to create those 3 things, replace what I currently use with those. Oh, and then I need to say in the description, yeah, I'll just put it here. Tutorial saw to open one single menu action for constructing the one camp you can for the guild tutorial. I should call it a guild saw, it's not a tutorial saw. For guild camps. And then it's guild camps which are construction camps that do not get added to the construction entity list and have special depletion amounts. And then menu action per guild for saw to guild camp. Yeah. So tomorrow, oh, and assign that to myself. All right. Oh, so glad I don't have the day job tomorrow. Holiday. Max the camps to 1, else I already see an abuse. Good point. There can only be 1 guild camp created at a time. Yeah, and that is something Jaegar brought up, actually, that we need to, that this will fix or really help with, I guess. Oh, and yeah, sorry, let me just also add on to that. Once you have the quest items, you cannot create another camp. So not only can you only make 1 at a time, so that you, yeah, not only can you only make 1 at a time per type of camp, but once you've, like, if you have the right items for the quest, you can't make a camp. Because, yeah, what Jaegar pointed out was that the way you get shrimp right now in the tutorial might be the fastest XP in the game. Because you can literally just make a fishing camp that gets rapid fish. And, yeah, it's pretty bad. So that's a good point. Thank you for all of that. Howdy. Nice. Nice. Get those howdies. Okay, so I made some changes and I was just about to test them. Oh, except it crashed because I copy pasted and did not put a left square bracket. Boom. Oh yeah, so there's gonna be some differences for the next couple Sunday streams, just so you guys are aware. Due to COVID and everything, I have not been able to travel and visit my girlfriend because she's American and I'm Canadian, and the circumstances have kind of worked out now that I can make a trip work. So I will be visiting her for a couple weeks. I may be able to stream from there, but the Wi-Fi scenario is unreliable and I can't really make that type of promise. So what the goal is that I will try to stream. If not me, Jaegar or Tyler may stream. If they don't, you guys are in for a treat because we may have a streamer lined up. And by a streamer, I mean my friend who will be house sitting. So he plays Guilds of Gods, and he's actually who got me into programming when we were 12 years old. We started making games together, and he probably has a lot of embarrassing Carson stories if you guys wanted to ask. He's DLL Rulers in game, if you've seen him. He likes to thieve above the mining guild and shiz. So yeah, he's the fallback if I can't make the Sunday work. He'll just kind of sit in this chair, press the on button, and hang out for 2 hours with you guys. He'll have access to the Jira, and he'll just write down whatever requests and stuff. You pretty much have free reign on a new mind, a new brain to pick, a new person to put expectations on. But outside of streaming, he won't be doing much. He's a programmer, but he's not a GOG developer. DLL Rulers, yeah. It's DLL. That's how he spells it. But yeah, so yeah, he'll be the backup stream. But, you know, I like to keep the Sunday going. I like that it's a consistent time. I feel like I like that. I feel like people like that. When I did polls before about what times, Sunday just seems to work because Sunday at 11, if you're in New Zealand, it's Monday at 8 a.m. If you're in Europe, it's the middle of the afternoon. If you're in East Coast, like America, if you're in Europe, it's the evening. If you're on Eastern North America, it's like the afternoon. If you're West Coast, it's 11 a.m. I think it's like a pretty good time. So that's the fallback. I don't know. If that happens, even if my internet's pretty unreliable, I'll probably just be in the comments. Like, I'll just also be in the Guilds of Gods account, or maybe I'll make a new Twitch account for myself and I'll just hang out in the chat. Be fun. Yeah, I'm bringing my laptop. Right now I'm in the middle of putting Windows on it so that I can do my day job remotely from my Mac laptop. So it'll be dual booted and it'll be good, you know? I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a good trip. I have missed her a lot. 10 months is too long, so it'll be great. Hey, Sandwich, welcome. Right, so I fixed that. Let's test it out. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, there was also a bug I noticed. Changing adventurers with a shop supporting, I guess a shop open will call randomize. So yeah, since adding the randomize button, we wanted to make it so that when you make a new account, it like randomizes your adventures. You didn't start with that bland person, just so that everybody, you know, there's more uniqueness going in by default if everyone just defaults. But by accident, if you are in like the clothing store and you change tabs and go back, you'll see that your clothing was randomized. Like, it's kind of all the appearance shops are now randomizing whenever they're loading. So that's a no-no. Okay, let's see if we can cheese through it now. Boom. Oh yeah, oops, I thought I did too much, but no, that's right. There we go. Well, I mean, that's something. He didn't... Oh, I guess, and then he tells you to operate it. Yeah, okay, so it would be cool if he just told you to operate it, but I guess this is fine. Yeah, he's still just telling you what to do. You've now operated, you're like, gather 8, you made it, you're like, what do I do? You click on him to operate the camp, right click and click operate. If you right click, or you just left click. Yeah, and I think the guild version of this thing, we should probably get rid of disassemble and check. So it's just operate process, because those are the only two commands we actually teach you in the tutorial. Did Carson just call me Sandwich? Disrespectful. Oh, Nox. I'm sorry, Nox. Sorry. Whew. My bad. My bad. You know, top 2 players, it's hard to remember. Actually, are you two still the top 2, or has Boole now surpassed? Calm down, Sandwich. Oh, it's still Sam. Oh, Vio's 3rd, and then Boole. And then Boole, and then Vio, and then Boole, and then Boole, and Vio, and Drifted. That's actually so funny, because like, you see how, like, okay, we really need to fix the scores. I'm sorry about this. The scores are awkward on why this is a thing, and I'm confused about it, like why this is hard to fix, but when we tried to look into it, it wasn't just simple as I thought it was, because it's actually a little too tied to something, like coupled with something that we need to actually restructure the data a bit. But anyway, my friend, oh, he was 100 last I checked. He was so happy he made it like to 100, and I was like, you're actually like 70. It's just all the VOs. Oh, I didn't mean to boot myself. It was this guy. Okay, so you've gathered enough. Ooh, that's not right. So my guy operated, he autopiloted, he did it. You've gathered enough logs. Okay, so what it is we go back here. I'm gonna gather these outside of this. Ooh, outside of the case. So it doesn't matter whether you have a camp or not. We already grabbed this. Ooh, I'm 49th. Nice. Ooh, thank you for the sub gift. Appreciate it. Oops. Hate when you're like the side panel of your computer just keeps falling on your shin. So annoying. I need to screw that thing in. Okay, so now noted amount is outside of this, so that's good. So if you have a camp, bam. Otherwise, if... Okay, no, this is how we do it. Yeah, so otherwise, if camp... No, let's do a little restructuring, because this should be nice with tomorrow's changes. We should make this clean for tomorrow. I don't want to redo or undo stuff. Okay, so basically, if user def construction entities dot length is bigger than 0 and camp is null, then we bam. And then we say here, if camp isn't null, then we do all this. And I also got to say, if camp isn't null and camp dot no. If camp isn't null, we do this. If camp ref ID is bigger than or equal to 0, basically if the camp has been creative and is active on the map spawned, we do all this jazz. Otherwise, we know we had a camp who is no longer spawned. At which point, like, this world object was created, but it is no longer on the map. But I haven't gotten rid of the reference, we still have the reference to it. So in this case, we're going to get rid of the reference to it, and we're going to tell you, gather enough logs. Nope, not at all, man. I did get brought up once. That's funny. Nope. Not since... It was actually elementary school, but yeah, not since elementary school. We didn't have middle school here. I don't know why we didn't. Elementary school till you were 12, and then high school from 13 onward. But yeah. Okay, so we're in this case. The noted amount, unnoted amount. So we're in this state where, yeah. So first time we do it, bam. If it's not null, but he despawned. Oh, and then in here we'll clear the camp, because this is the point when we've actually moved on. So we actually hit this case, which is interesting because I thought it would hit this case. So it's noted amount is less than amount. Or Pula. No. No. Not at all. See, I was about to put the set status here, but it just occurred to me that it shouldn't even have hit what it had. Like, really, I should have... This is the case. This is the case after I get rid of disassemble, because disassemble will break this. So, to do when it's a guild camp, uncomment below. Because a guild camp will not have disassemble, but the current camp does, so we don't want you to be able to exit by disassembling it. We want you to exit because you hit this case. Okay, let's try again. Oh, we've made so many changes lately. I have a big feeling a lot of my efforts in the next little bit, like we really want to get Android done. Android is a priority, and we are trying to find time to do that. But I feel like this does need a bit more love with some of these things. There's been some quality of life, some quality of life improvements we need, as you guys are pointing out with this quest. Some things were... They were released maybe early. I don't want to say early because it took a bit, but they need more love. They're definitely still alpha. We need to get them to beta. Talk to the guide to learn your task. I don't care. I'm trying to cheese. So we'll go here. Okay, actually, I guess I will. So you talk to him, you use the saw logs, build a lumber camp. Instantly we hit this, gather another bleh, gather another bleh. So we know this one's working. We'll take away the comment. So then we're going to talk to the guide again. Cool, it doesn't let me skip the tutorial anymore. I feel like the quest, not the tutorial at least, I would like to force you to equip the tool, because I think it would just look better. But that gets fixed by us just adding it so that when you use a tool, it always just visually adds it to your hand, because that's already how it should be. Oh, so at 1, and then we hit here, you have gathered enough logs. You have 8 unnoted. Yeah. Bam. So we do that once, do that once. Oh. So it always spams this one. Until it doesn't. Wow, it called it like 4 times and then stopped. And then he processed it. It called it until he processed it. And then processing it. I love when you got a pickaxe wielded and you're cutting a tree with a hatchet in your inventory. It looks so goofy. I mean, it looks goofy. I mean, it's... I could see someone argue that it gives it character. Just kind of like when we talked about like whether we should make things grid-based, like keep things grid-based movement, or take advantage of the fact that the game doesn't actually need to be grid-based movement. And I remember when we talked about that, I thought it was just like a straight up improvement, and a lot of people said that they like the grid-based movement because it gives it character. It gives it that classic MMO feel. I'm chopping trees with a pickaxe. That's so legit. Fair. I don't know. I think like there's a few things like when I'm playing, my Adventurer 1 has no combat stats. He's just like he does everything else. So he's my miner, and I have a steel pickaxe in the inventory but I have nothing in his hand. So it's like he's always doing things because he can't equip the pickaxe he uses. He like is always just punching rocks, and I don't know. I would love if it visually just put it in his hand, even if I can't equip it. Just for the animation. That probably wouldn't even be too bad now that I think about it. Anyway. So what ended up happening was that worked until we processed it, and then... Oh, and then camp became null? Okay. This needs to be written a bit better. So it's not a ref ID thing. I was wrong about this. It does, because it doesn't respawn, its ref ID does not get set to that. So it actually gets set to null. Which is bad, because then if you had another camp, it would fall back into this case instantly after. See, I did my mining with 0 camps and 0 bags. I had to get 50 attack to get 1 extra inventory space for ores. Yeah, I feel that. Supposed to cut down the mightiest tree with a herring equipped. Oh, yeah. Oh. I now wish I wrote this a little better. I wish I wrote this like I did the guild manager cycle test, where I have a test, here's object 1, here's the setup call, here's the pre-check, here's the post-check, here's how long you wait between steps, and it just, like, if I wanted to add a new step, I just like insert in between where I wanted it to happen. And I wish I followed this pattern. I hate the way I did this. I'm now like, tomorrow I'm gonna change this more than I want, but I'm trying to find the cleanest way to just fix this now. If you use a herring on a specific tree in RuneScape, it says this tree is too mighty. That's good. That is good. Good reference. I've kind of wanted to just throw in some kind of like, you know, the like Monty Python and the Holy Grail Black Knight whose limbs gets cut off and he's like, "I'll bite your legs off." I really wanted to add like a knight with no limbs in the game who like does something like that. Or, oh, that'd be so funny. Just like, thou shalt not pass. A guy that you hit him with a sword and his like limbs come off one by one. And after 4 attacks, he like does that reference. Tis but a scratch. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just use a flag for now, but this is bleh. Oop, not up here. Oh, no. Let's try that. So undo what I just did. Okay. And move the camp up to here. And bam. Let's try it now. It might have been that ref ID. My check was not valid. So let's try it again. Should be his death animation. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good way to put it. I like it. And welcome, Real Sandwich. Get him. Get him. Get him. Boom. Wait, who's fake sandwich? I called Nox sandwich earlier. You both have different Twitch names than game names. So I saw Chosen Futurist and said, "Hey sandwich." He should be a stump in the end and you walk by him. I'll bite your legs off, he yells. I like that. Oh yeah. Need all the references. Use the saw on the logs. I mean, first let's make sure we talk to him. I guess a check I haven't done is let's see how he responds when I have a couple noted items. Same thing, cool. Just finish it. There we go. You have gathered enough. Repeat process. All right. So now's the test. Camp is not null. But it has despawned. Good to know. So then here, I guess I do, yeah, I do actually have to hit this case. But yeah, it does follow that despawn logic. So can you equip 2 rings? Yes, you can have 2 rings and an amulet equipped. Oh, well, I have you all here, and you guys have had some time to play around with the new updates. I would like to get your opinion on something. So let's just log into my personal guy. Because there is a inconsistent design people have been confused about, and I'd like to know what the players want. Come on. Come on, idle session. Come on. If it's gonna let me. I think if you remove idle session and wait 2 minutes, it's supposed to let you in anyway, even if something weird happens. Just because a save happened and the person had their idle session removed. Okay, this isn't happening. I'll just talk about on this guy. Oh. Back in middle school. Oh, that's how you guys know. Bastard, the name is Crush. Please don't ban me, Carson. I didn't even see that. Damn you. I hate how the filter blocks damn because it makes it look like I said the F word. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, what I wanted to show you guys. So you guys will have noticed that with cosmetics, the headpiece is kind of different from the shirt pieces. So with clothing, there is a shirt clothing piece and a pant clothing piece. So you can't unequip clothing. You have to equip new clothing to replace the old. You change shirts, you change pants. And you can't unequip it, so it's not even in this UI here. Helmets, that like hats though, cosmetic hats don't have a special layer to go on. Cosmetic hats are just sharing the same spot as regular hats. And what it works out to being is that you can have your cool adventurer shirt underneath your plate body. You can have your cool pants underneath your plate legs. But you can't wear your monocle with a helmet on. You know, it unequips the monocle. They now hog a spot. And it's not the end of the world, only because if you go to support and you go to wardrobe, this is like a bank on the fly. So you could just deposit the monocle. So you don't, it's not that a cosmetic always hogs an extra spot. You can just put it back, put it in here when you want, take it out when you want it, you know? So it's not like it's a game-breaking thing, but it has confused players. People have asked, like, someone asked on day 1, if I unequip my cosmetic, do I lose it? Like, no, you don't lose it by replacing your shirt. It just becomes an item. But that shouldn't scare people into thinking that. Likewise, I think it would be really cool if you could wear like a your sunglasses and then a hat, right? Like if there are two different layers so that you could have your sunglasses and then your Christmas hat on top. It kind of sucks that if you have sunglasses, you have to take off your hat to put on sunglasses, you know? To be honest, I skipped a lot of purple plus items that were headpieces because of the sharing helmets and stuff. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that is exactly what I was concerned about. I did not spot it and bought a new one. Okay, I don't catch what that one was about, sorry. But yeah, I see what you mean, Bewitcher. Like that's exactly what I'm getting at. So like I saw an eye patch and skipped it. Oh yeah. See, cape works well over armor, though cape is static and doesn't move with body. That's true. We animate the chest, and how the cape works is its parent is not the chest, its parent is the core. Could its parent be the chest? I guess it could. If we made the parent of it the chest, then it would inherit body rotation. I don't see why not. I think I could fix that. Yeah, I felt, why was I going to spend on something I'm never going to wear? Yeah, exactly. And I'm finding that with my guy, like, I have him doing archery, but his helmet is in the inventory so he can wear his monocle, like his evil monocle, the one they have to hold with your teeth. And I was like, this is such a shame. Such a shame. I don't like this. Players aren't going to like this. Okay, so how would you guys like to see this? What I'm kind of envisioning then is that they should get their own layer. Just like there's a shirt layer and a pant layer, there should be a headpiece layer that goes underneath, you know, helmets and stuff. And on top of that, I think this wardrobe should have a preview that shows that it's basically like this equipment thing, but only the 3 layers. So that in here you could, you know, like right click equip and you can in here change easily. So it's more obvious, right? I think that would make a lot of sense. Just because we don't want to put it in here because then it looks like you can unequip. But if we just put it as like 3 things, maybe we lower the inventory a bit and we put it like like head, chest, legs, then items down here. Then you got a little preview and you can equip. So you owe me an eye patch, just saying. The stuff going in wardrobe. I thought it was lost. Oh, I see. I'm sorry that you bought a new one, dude. That should be more clear. Wardrobe is right now, it just acts as a bank, but we want to up it. And yeah, if you drop an item and it's lost, it goes in wardrobe. If you try to trade it and it somehow ends up in the wrong person's inventory, which it shouldn't ever happen, but if it happens, it'll still go into your inventory, or your wardrobe. We tried to make it so that cosmetics can't be lost, and that's part of why money bags aren't in here. Is money bags don't follow the current paradigm that these guys follow, so they're like Christmas hats, you know. They're I mean, no, they are different, but you know, they're weird because they're kind of a cosmetic, but they're the old version, so it doesn't have that wardrobe functionality. Headpiece should go over your helmet. Ooh. Wearing a hat on top of your helmet. Wearing sunglasses on top of your helmet. Monocle on top. That's interesting. I do maybe agree with that, maybe not. Like, let's say you had a med helm, like a medium helmet, you can see the face. Should the monocle be on top of the armor or go behind the armor? I think behind. But something like a hat. Yeah, the hat. No, on top. Then it's always visible. The whole point is you're trying to show off your cosmetic. Like, it should be on top. On top. By the way, I think you can sell money bags via stalls. I forgot to tell it, tech. That's very interesting. I didn't even think about that. We will definitely test that. Cosmetics in general should go over, maybe. I don't think so. So the reason we don't want cosmetics to go over is the same reason we didn't want to have transmutations, like the ability to take like a cool hat and then put like merge it with like an osmium helmet so that it has the stats of an osmium helmet but looks like your hat. We don't want that type of behavior for PvP reasons, pretty much only. In a player versus environment game like Diablo, you can transmute and there's no risk. If you see a guy who has a chicken sword and you see him hit a trillion, you know he transmuted something. You don't know what he did, but it doesn't matter. He's on your side. But in a PvP game, if you look at a guy and you can't even tell what he's wearing, you don't know if you should instigate a fight or not. So I don't think we should hide the armor you are wearing. And sadly, a lot of these clothes will just outright cover it. It won't. But hats should be on top. I totally agree with that. There's no hat that's other than a bear helmet, but yeah. I agree. Everyone looking like an osmium knight. Fair enough. Yeah. The head one at least will let you differentiate. The capes let you differentiate, but there's only one cape, and it's rare. We will add trimmed armor for Patreon. I don't know if we officially... I think we talked about like an idea, but we do have a plan for the armors, and basically we are going to move Patreon away. We're going to phase out Patreon in the future, but there's going to be a period where they overlap. And we're going to create a in-game subscription thing that you can choose to do instead. It might even just eat crowns rather than consume monthly crowns almost, maybe. I don't know. But we're going to have the same kind of idea of a subscription, people who are reliably donating and contributing. And this Patreon supporter change of rewards will be trimmed armor. So it'll be the way that it's like, oh, I'm wearing osmium, but I'm a tier 3 supporter, so I have the third type of trim. And then that way it's like it looks like the armor that it's supposed to represent, but we've really been wanting to come up with a way to trim armor, and that's currently the model we're thinking. But that would be happening after community tab. So it's not like that's happening next week. The fear with armor trimming is we need to do it in a way that you can't really scam people, right? Like the fear of people like being scammed. And what's really interesting about tying it to a subscription model is it means that the only people who can trick you into armor trimming would be people with trimmed armor. Meaning the only people who could trick you into doing armor trimming are paying customers who we literally know who they are. So the threat of a ban is a lot more serious and real, if that makes sense. Don't even have access to No, Patreon Palace will always stay. And yeah, do you not have access to Patreon Palace? Sandwich, please test this, because if it doesn't work, I'd like to know. Because you were a Patreon supporter who left and came back. And if this doesn't work for you, then that's a problem, because I believe you are a current supporter. So it should have just automatically fired this up. But the Patreon embassy should get you there. Oops. Interesting. Huh. I didn't realize the farmer was a modified version of Thievable Person 2, who's now a woman. Good to know. So, yeah, if you go to Patreon Embassy, which really, we need to have like Patreon little flags or something here. But if you talk to Patreon Pim, Sandwich, he should give you a chat option to go to Patreon Palace. So I'd like you to test that out. Just let me know if it works or not. Do we have to manually give you your badge? When you talk in game, Sandwich, do you have the Patreon badge or no? Oh, maybe I've just never tried. Okay. Well, it's there, man. And I need to put your guy back into the embassy, I just realized. The badge never went away. I was a fraud. Yeah, I think the badge gets automatically added, but it doesn't get automatically removed. Which makes me wonder if Red still has it. Like, I noticed Vio has it too. Where is the palace? South of Salmo? Yeah, it's east of Bodium. Yeah, if you go east of Bodium and the Goblin, and you like take the path as if you're going to the Woodcutting Guild, it's just across the water that you'd hop across. But the actual path across the water, not the sandy route. I forgot where I left this thing. Oh right, it was this damn else case. So, where I was with this. So you deplete your camp. All right, so I handle this case. And here we basically have to say, I want to put up here. So it's like, if camp.ref ID is equal to -1, I guess I should say is smaller than 0. Yeah, you just asked and I realized I'm literally logged in. So yeah, it's 250, 120 is like the coordinates. This is what I mean by it. It's like the path that goes across the water. Oh, there he comes running. Oh, that's Bewitcher. Hey, Bewitcher. So yeah, just so people are aware, active Patreon supporters who have NPCs and reach that threshold have them here. If you go to Patreon Palace, yeah, if you talk to Patreon Pim, he'll explain this stuff. If you go to Patreon Palace, oh, is this Sandwich? Oh, that's Vio. I don't know if Vio, oh, he has the chat badge. He might be able to go. I'm not sure. If you talk to them, it should be able to get you over here. Oh, there's Billy. Hey, Billy. And here, all the Patreon supporters who've ever supported and earned an NPC are in Patreon Palace. So like Vio's cats are here. Oh, Vio's here too. Yeah. Hey, Vio. There's Red. Ironic. There's Sandwich. There's Grandpa Sandwich. Yeah, there's not much to do here, but you know, you can have a little party. Oh, and little fun fact, Vio, come follow me. I think this is connected. This used to let you observe. Oh, I didn't change this yet. Damn it. Okay. So this is where Patreon supporters could observe people who are doing the old tutorial, but I want to connect these beaches. So I'm going to get rid of Ozyke, connect these beaches, and make it so that Patreon supporters can go hang out on the old tutorial island. Yeah, but we got to get rid of Vio, or we'll just make a dummy Vio who just says like, hey. But yeah, you can see like these copper rocks are there because like I reused a tutorial objects ID that we got rid of. So there's some things that need to be fixed up. But yeah. I connected to this island, I guess. We got a little place. So to get back, you talk to Patreon Tat by the doorway. He'll get you home. Oh, and then here's Pet Vixen. Oh yeah. But yeah, so we're not getting rid of this. We would just be kind of redirecting Patreon to be our own service rather than using theirs, because they do take a cut and it adds this extra step to everything. So yeah, and this way we could really like intertwine it with our game a lot easier. like removing the badges and stuff doesn't automatically happen. I have to like intentionally do it, and I just don't have the heart to like intentionally strip Vio of it because you know he's doing so well. So I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, once we move to the new service, we'll see how this all rebalances and stuff. Do it. No, I'm not. He's a good dude. He has the cats. Yeah, like Sandwich said, he was a fraud the whole time. It's in the Discord. It changes, I think, in the Discord and other places too. But yeah, just the in-game badge didn't. Anyway, let's get back to it. Now you guys got to see it again. Okay, so what is going on here? I need to spend like a minute and just think about this. So if the camp isn't null, then a camp has been created. Basically, a camp has been created. I'm changing this too. It should not just do it. It should look for the closest camp to you, and if it finds a camp, then assigns it. Bam. That's better. Now I'm gonna make this a little getter too. A little, or not a getter, a little method. Get guild camp. So in the future, this will return the guild camp. I don't know what variables I need yet. Let's just see what. So I need the user def. I need adventurer. Yeah, so I need user def. I need adventurer. And depletion amount. So what camp is this? Return camp, return null. So then here I'm gonna say camp is equal to get camp, user def, adventurer, and amount. So we'll try that out. So then here we say if we don't have a, so if we don't, so if we created a camp, the camp has despawned, and the noded amount is smaller than the amount you need. So if you basically disassembled your camp early or whatever, for whatever reason you don't have the node amount, but you created a camp, whatever, then we need to tell you to create a new account, to create a new one. So this becomes, no, I'm not even gonna tell you to do that. He'll tell you that you need 8. Like it should still say you need 8. Maybe I don't even need that. Let me just go through this again. So this gets you the camp. No, I shouldn't do the depletion amount. If camp isn't null, then I do the depletion separately. Camp uses depletion, goes to amount. Cool. Then over here, I say yeah, camps. result is bam. It shouldn't be one camp, it should be get multiple camps. Just in case there are multiple, because it could be a thing. If so, this is camps plural. If camps.length is bigger than 0. Do that to the first one. Here, though, we do the same kind of thing. And then camp is camps at 0. Here I say let camps is get guild camps user def adventurer. So here I get the camps, and then we go through each of the camps. We can get rid of all of this, and all we're saying is get the map that camp is on, which they all should be the same, but you know, and then despawn the camp. So that should clear all the camps. And then we go into this case. So what if it's the case that we did it early? If noted amount is bigger than or equal to amount, then we're good. Otherwise, we're going to say, otherwise I don't even think we have to do anything for now. But in this case, we're also okay. Okay, let's try that. Oops. Use the saw on the logs to build a lumber camp. And acquire 10 logs. It's supposed to say 8. Huh. All right, let's see how this works. I guess yeah, I was in a weird glitchy case when I last left this. So let's just try this. One moment. Somebody's at the door. You know, you're wet. You better not go on the couch. Don't you dare go on the couch. I'll give you a chair. Lady. Come on. Stop sniffing around. There's a chair. Be cute. If you're gonna come in here, no, not the couch. You're all wet. You're a wet dog. You're a wet dog. Look at your dirty paws. Get on the chair. On the chair. Not on the couch. Look at that. You want that? Shouldn't you be flax farming? You okay? Hello. No, you're a wet dog. It's raining outside. Look at you. You just bring your dirty paws in here. JK. Hey. Stevio is a different case, so it's kind of hard to say. Sorry, I'm just don't want to. He kind of found a loophole in our wording, and then we made cats, and things were different. So I don't want to change. I'm just going to keep it for now, till we have a good replacement for Patreon. Patreon wasn't meant to be our end-all be-all way to fund. It was more just meant to be a way that people can donate and support us while we made the game first, because we wanted to. I don't know. We wanted to make the game good, before we did it. But it took so long to get the game to where we wanted to be. We didn't have a shop and way to monetize until just now. So the in-game shop we intend on being like the end thing, and most things are going to be through that. I never got to give people a sandwich. Someone gives you a cupcake. Okay, you know what? We'll talk about it, okay? We'll talk about it. No, we can do that. Sandwich lady. Yeah, sandwich. We'll just make you the sandwich lady. You can have one of those artisan outfits, and you'll just hold like a tray. You'll walk around. Shh, no barking. I'm down with this. Okay. Now you look like you want to go outside. Not happy I didn't let you on the couch. Okay. Hell yeah, GOG's first random event. Hey, we got golems. Okay, speak and end the exam. Speak and end the exam. Well, I wasn't able to end it early, and I was able to do the quest. So, well, there's definitely more work. That was a shaky for sure. So old school style, get sent to a random part of the map. Yeah. Donate items to chest. So also opening that chest, I think it's been agreed by everyone in the in-game chat I've seen that is confusing. A dialogue should pop up saying you donated it, with using that gold text to be like, you donated this item, blah, blah, blah. And it should explain, and then this pops up. And then from every time thereafter you do it, and this pops up. And if you haven't done the quest and you open the chest, you shouldn't be able to donate. It should say like only guild members can use the quest, can like do this or whatever. So, but excuse me, that's not the priority. So let's see how this works now. From the mining guild. Let's do the next one. What do I do to get a Bewitcher goat in game? We're trying to kind of move away from the making NPCs for people and stuff. Technically, that we're still honoring that as a Patreon reward until we get rid of it. There's supposed to be walls around these tables. I'm so confused. Anyway, yeah, we I don't know. We'd still honor it if you forced it through, but please don't force it through. I think what we're currently planning on doing is phasing out that type of reward. And then people who are close but haven't earned it, who have been supporters for a long time, we would give them an NPC. But I think the only person who fits that is Driftin. Because he's been we had like a $50 threshold, and I think he's roughly there. He might even be there. I might have just not checked last month or something. So our intention was just to honor it for the last couple people, and as we phase it out. But a quick tier 5 support for a month. You're not supposed to tell him how. But yeah, pretty much. But I would force it for a Bewitcher goat. I mean, you know. I mean, I wouldn't be against taking a sheep, not a goat, a sheep, and just giving them the name, kind of like how Ozike has pets, like has his pets like Claire the chicken, Mother Clucker, you know, good chicken names. Something like that as some random farm, like, but we're not, like, I don't know, we're trying not to do more custom NPCs. Does the system take Twitch subs into account? No. This is also part of why Jaegar completely wants to get rid of it, and I agree. We hand bomb it. Like, in the getter logic, there's like parameters for like how much was donated on this and this, like on this platform and on this platform, and it's just a pain to keep in sync. It's this manual task that has to happen once a month, which is totally bad. And yeah, Twitch subs are not counted towards it right now. And if I was going to count towards it, it would be kind of hard to... Yeah, I don't know. It's not like automated. It'd just be another thing to manually update every month. So, it's kind of the state of things. Welcome adventure. You once you have level 10, I can do that. I can be level 10. Oh, another minor thing. But I totally wanted to add this. Music for tutorial plus doctor plus quest. So when you go and do the quest, I noticed that there's no music when you do the tutorial at all. That's bad. We have a good soundtrack. Like, even if we just reuse music, throw like some high-pitched melee guild action at you when you're running on the island, throw some peaceful, you know, overworld farming music when you're at the doctor's area, and then throw the guild-specific music when you're doing the guild quest. Easy, you know? Like, that should be in there. Easy. By easy, I mean minimum. Like, that should just be how it is. Interested in joining? I want to join. Okay. So I don't know what to do, so I talk to you. Then I'm like, Grab the stuff. Cool, let's talk to him. Build a mining camp. You have too many structures built. Where's that? So that's fishing. Just trying to remember the... Oh, there's actually an island here. Okay. That's the mining guild. That's the doctor. That's woodcutting. I don't see no camps. That's interesting. Even though I destroyed the camp. If I call get camps, I still have one. Right here. Oops. It's not okay. He's using reverse psychology. Aiden Canadian, lol. Hey, Aiden. He wants to bait you into a quick $50 donation. That's how we get you. Psychological tricks. There's Aiden. Okay, why is this camp thing? That's probably why when I logged in, it was like at a state that didn't make sense. And now I've like totally teleported away from where I'm supposed to be, which is, you know, not good. There we go. So now I'm back in here. Whoa. Did I see there's no walls? So special map, I guess I don't compile walls around world objects on special map. It's because these are tutorial objects, not the original. So these guys aren't in the list of things that have walls around them. That's why. Playing around Carson's always fun. Yeah, I'll never forget the workout stream. What was that again? Were you trying to make me do push-ups every time I touched my hair or whatever? Because my girlfriend said I need to stop touching my hair. I think it was that. Those are fun, honestly. I like having fun with the stream. It's good, you know? Okay. Yep, yeah, was it. Okay, so if I process this, now we're at 5. Processed it. Also, this only needs me to go to 8, which is not right, I don't think. Oh, it wants 25, actually. I am wrong. It does go to 25. Only the Melee Guild goes to 25. I bet that's what the bug is. Let's see. Let's see. Nope. Nope, doesn't look like it. Looks like they all go to it. Speak to your guide and end the exam. So this still said to end before. Does he check for 8? It took you long enough. Oh. Interesting. So the camp expected 25, but the quest still treated it like it was the tutorial and let me leave at 8. And the camp is still there. So apparently me just saying despawn camp isn't, or despawn entity isn't enough to remove it, which is probably why we keep running into these weird issues with like market stalls and stuff. Like despawning a camp isn't enough. We actually have to somehow remove it from your construction entity. So I'm gonna go look and just search if there's a way to do this. Because we can't just, I don't know what's, let's see, remove construction entity. There we go. User def.remove. See, I just didn't know what to do, but Jaegar had the code. So before we despawn it, we're going to say, it was in user def, right? Yeah. User def.remove that camp. That should hopefully despawn the camp. Bewitcher just... Oh, sorry, I missed something apparently. What was it? Bewitcher just ask for a Tim the Enchanter helm to be added to cosmetics. So you'll have your goat look if nothing else. That is true. There are those who call me Tim. Alright, we'll talk about that. If there are cosmetics you guys would like, we are all open to hearing them. Literally, like, my Discord discussion between Jaegar and Tyler right now that's going on in the background is them talking about whether there should be cosmetic shoes. So, like, we're open to chatting about these things. So it still says speak to your guide to end the exam. Waiting on a copter hat. Okay. Alright. So this isn't right. Where does this think I am? Speak to your guide. So this is why. It also let me, okay, that's interesting. It let me set my spawn before I finish the quest, but that's not that big of a bug. It's like once you're above ground, you can set spawn because you're so far through, I guess. Because above ground's a different guy. So this didn't even take my donation. Yeah, so we're not even at the right step. Black Knight armor that has no motion and limbs fall off. Just the idle animation. Or yeah, just maybe not no motion, but I like, who was it that said it earlier? I think Bewitcher. That the death animation of the Black Knight would just be the limbs going off, and he's like, I'll bite your legs off. Yeah, that'd be an interest, like a little death animation. Custom death animations. I want custom equip animations. I brought up to Jaegar and Tyler while they were here that custom equip animations are easy. All the other custom animations would be some work because now we have like new animations we have to find a way to code in. But we already have equip right hand, and I can do overrides super easy. So just making, like, I showed him in about a minute and a half. I added a really simple custom animation for money bags just to show how easy it is. So I'd like to do some more stuff like that, like custom animations. I think I did do it with some of the items. Like I want to say there's a monocle that I made the custom animation that he like holds it up for a minute. Has anyone said that it's weird the response chatbot to the guild guides don't show up until you close the first dialogue? Wait, sorry. So the chat box to the guild guides doesn't show up until you close the first dialogue. I don't think I get what you mean. Oh yeah, I said I was going to end the stream at 1, but let's do another hour. I'm not being rushed out just yet, so let's say, or another half hour, but then I do probably have to start getting ready for Thanksgiving stuff. He gives you the spiel about, do you want to check out the guild? And you have to press close before you can say, yes, I want to do that. You mean like it should be question options at the bottom, like simultaneously? Almost like it's not like a continue with button. Why is it already Thanksgiving in Canada? Canada does it in October, like October 12th on the Monday. Whereas America is on the, I think, November 26th. So they're like a month later. I don't really know why we have different days. We just do. Yeah, the close button is weird. Okay. We'll consider that. I'm gonna go to the fishing guild, and we're gonna try this quest again because I broke this and I want to put breakpoints this time and see. Speak to your guide. Oh, right, because this guy doesn't give me a chat anymore. Okay. Okay. So I make a... You have too many structures. Yep. I didn't restart the server, so that is still true. So go get 8. See, 8 raw shrimp. Why 8? It's supposed to be like 20 something. So every single tick, quest state is 4. If quest state is 0. Oh, I am so dumb. That's why. Okay, so the amount is actually live changing as you do the tutorial. So what this should be saying, this should probably be moved up 1, moved up here. So it happens before you even start the timer rather than every check or every run through. So we figure out at the start of this timer coming on, we figure out no, wait, it's not that. It's this. Tutorial state. That's what we're doing. So quest state stays the same. We do want that to be live updating. It's if the tutorial state is set to complete, then it's 25. Otherwise, it's 8. That's how it is. And someone glitched out the woodcutting one before I built... Wait. Somehow I glitched out the woodcutting one before I built the camp. Or, yeah, so before you even built the camp, I swear I tested all of this, and I just can't believe that it's broken at more than one step. There's just some... I can tell now that I'm going through it, there's some things that I just messed up here. But, that's even earlier than I thought. So now it's gather 8. Okay, no, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna make a new person, because I've now changed the tutorial a couple times on him. We just restarted this. I think I did. We'll do it again. And now I can't donate the goods to complete it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's so annoying. So what's going to end up needing to happen, guys, and I'm sorry about this, but I'm going to need to... Hopefully not manually, because that would suck if there's new players who don't know to just talk to Jaegar and I. But we might need to once I fix the guild, once I fix this, I might need to teleport your adventurer into the tutorial, and then you need to relog to re-trigger it, and then you'd be able to fall in, get to the right point, and it would work. So sadly, there's like 3 of you now who've brought it up that I'm gonna probably have to teleport you into the guild. I just got 8 logs noted from the bank, and it finished the quest. Okay, cool. Yeah, as long as bank is the workaround. Yeah, there are ways around it, but that's only if you are lucky and got to where you got to, actually. If you look at Drifton's version here, he can't do that. He exited, but while he's on this task, speak to the guide. So at this step, you can't donate to the chest. You still have to go in the underworld, talk to the guide to leave. So you broke it the way I broke it when I tried to recreate this bug, and this task was done, so I was able to use the bank. But Driftin had a way out that wasn't true. Okay. Come on, beat me up. I can take ya. Oof. Big oof. I always pick the Woodcutting Guild just because I can cheese it, but I'm trying not to cheese. So let's... Ooh. Adventure is not defined. What did I do here? What step am I in? Hey Carson, the cosmetics on top of armor can work. I'd like to hear your pitch. There's no step to try to execute. Oops. Let's try that again. Bewitcher, that is a fantastic pitch. And I will go talk to Jaegar about that, because I like that. That is a good way around that. And then you could show cosmetics first. So it's like cosmetics are on top. So you do see the armor underneath the cosmetics. But yeah, once you have a skull, cosmetics disappear or even transparent. Maybe we make them so that when you're skulled, there's just an animation of them just fading out so that, like, you know, your armor becomes fully visible. And then once it's... I like that, yeah. Level, though, is a dead giveaway in this game, though, too. It's Obituary's idea. Well, thank you, Obituary. Good work. He blushed and said, "Oh, thank you." Nice. Yeah, PvP is also 47 levels, 47 level difference. Yep, that's true. That is true. It's more so that if you and somebody were on the tutorial island, or not on tutorial island, on the combat island or whatever, the PvP island, and he was thieving, like, you know, whatever, like you wanted to kill him, it would just kind of suck if he's wearing like hustler outfits that's big enough shoulders that would cover the armor. So if you tried to fight him, you wouldn't realize, even if you're the same level. Like, we're just trying to assume, like, if you actually wanted to fight, you should be able to, at a glance, understand that, like, what they're wearing. Especially in our game, stats matter more than levels. Like, it was ridiculous to me how, like, when I upgraded from an ash bow to a magic bow, my archery power doubled from stats and stuff. And I was like, this is so much. No, she doesn't know, dude. Curtis is just bringing back old moments. He's only bringing it back because he had a crush on her after I did, okay? That's why he remembers her. Just remember that. It should legit hide the armor. Honestly, maybe it should just hide instead of being on top. But yeah, PvP's the reason. But the skull, you're right. It is a skull scenario. It would make sense. If you see a bunch of people who are skulled, they're all in armor, you know what they are at a glance. If you just see them normally, you don't. Sandwich was beating on me with a bow versus me with no armor or weapons. And somehow I won. I mean, honestly, I think archery is a little, like, not strong, and maybe that's part of why. But yeah, no, that is weird. I would think you'd win. That's very weird, actually. I'm offering him 1K each story. Oh my god. All right, well, you will see him maybe next Sunday. You can bribe him. Oh god, I wonder what he's gonna say. Yeah, Curtis, like the DLL rulers who, if that ends up happening, it might not. Like obviously Tyler and Jaegar are top priority, so I'm gonna ask them first, and if Tyler did want to stream, he may not be. For both of them, it was an internet unreliability issue. So we'll see. But it might happen. You can bribe him all you want. Okay, so I fixed that, I think. So speak to the doctor. Pick my guild. Talk to learn your task. The arrow is because of a cheese. Actually, I should not have been able to respawn where I was, but I can ignore that. Use the saw on the logs to build a mining camp. Build a mining camp. Gather 8 ore. Try to get out early. Nope. Tick speed 100. Okay, and then talk to him again. Took you long enough. Well done. Bam, we're here. Oop, getting a tour. What's his function? What do you mean his function? I enjoy the giant camera chickens too. Well, they're gone. Sorry. They were a good bug though, honestly. Like, I'm glad that it was a goofy bug. I just wish it didn't break people's cameras, because that's where it was actually a problem. Okay, so this worked and I wasn't able to cheese out of it. Now let's go to the fishing guild and do it again. What's his role in the dev team? He's not. His role is that he's a he's just a friend, and it was more like a fallback that I'd like to keep the streams going while I'm gonna be away on my trip. And if I can't do it, Jaegar and Tyler, I'm gonna try to have them take over. And if they can't, I'd rather that my friend who's literally gonna be here house sitting while I'm gone is just gonna, you know, take over and stream. Might be fun, but maybe not. I'm just kind of spitballing here. I mean, his role when he was here, how about this? He does technically have a role. When Tyler was here and we were the first version of the tutorial that was finished, we had pizza and he came over and he was our playtester and he was playtesting, and he's the reason that there's like a randomize button in the character customization screen. It was pitches like that. Same with he was there when I was trying to come up with like descriptions for the latest 20 cosmetic items. He came up with some of the jokes, you know, stuff like that. But he's more just the friend who got me into making games when we were 12 years old. And he is, I guess you'd say he's my oldest friend. That's why he knows too much about me. I've known him since I was 2 years old, so. Alright, so I need level 10 fishing level. Set levels to 10. Let's do it again. I want to try out. Okay, it should still say speak to the guide. I'd like that. I'd like that a lot. Alright, so he tells me to operate the camp. Can I exit out early? Nope. Alright, let's make a fishing camp. Need 25 shrimp. If I check this, 25 uses left. Talk to him now. Still doesn't let me. Let's log out and in. See if things get confused. Operate the camp and acquire. It still says 10. That needs to change. Still wants me to operate this. Still has 25. Okay, let's try disassembling this. Still need 25, still need 25. I talk to him, tells me to do stuff. Let's see if it re-picks up a new one I make. So let's grab another net. Let's make a new one. Let's operate this guy. And make sure that 25 does decrease. It's not fascinating. I did break it. Damn it. Okay, where are we? So it's in the else case. Here we go. So it hit the else case. Here we go. I got this, I got this. Otherwise, let's put this back in there so he says to gather. You can change wait, sorry, I missed something. You can change adventure when you get the camera locked and the chicken appears. It doesn't lock your camera though. Yeah, it was a bit weird. That I think the chicken fixes out, right? You can't recreate the chicken. And one quick moment, I will be right back. One thing that's pretty nice to see, honestly, is how I feel like my attitude has changed streaming now compared to when we first started. I feel like when I first started, I always had the Twitch numbers up, and I always saw how many people were watching, and I always knew if it was 1, 0, 7, 12, and because of that, it's like my attitude would fluctuate a lot. And now it's just like a habit that I have no clue if people are listening. I just talk as if they are, and people talk back. And it's kind of nice to just not even have the numbers up. I haven't looked at how many people are actively watching. Like, I look afterwards at the analytics. It's nice to see that, like, oh, once I start debugging, all of a sudden the viewers get cut in half after, like, 30 minutes of debugging. Like, I've noticed some trends like that. And I always look at it after the fact, but it's nice to not feel like you have to do it during anymore. Good man, pro streamer. Oh yeah, get that proness. So I'm a little confused about what I'm doing here, and I'm just going to talk out loud to solve this. So this if case, I needed the else case. But then I was in the else case, and I needed to add this, and I needed to add this, and it looks like I'm going to need this, which is the exact same as the entire if case, meaning why do I even have this check? Like, I'm confused. Am I just totally out to lunch? Like, can it literally just be get rid of this whole check? I thought I needed this, but maybe I just outright don't. Oh, thank you, Stevio. What do we got there? 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Carson can keep talking. Oh, I can just talk. Yeah, Sandwich wanted me to ask you, when are spinning wheel upgrades coming? I don't know. There isn't a date. There isn't a plan on spinning wheels. They were added when Jaegar thought the upgrade furnace route was the way to go. But that was like when I got in the game. Like, I think steel furnaces were in the game when I started when I joined. Like, that is, we have never talked about it. It just came out when people were looking at the world object sprite sheet the other stream, and people were like, what? There's like upgrades? Thanks, Bewitcher. Yeah, it's all good. T-Mode 15, red, 8 in Canadian. Nice. Giving everyone. Get everybody. Argan. I don't recognize that name. Argim. Welcome, Argim. And then T-Mode 15. You know, that's Tyler. So, good work. Go, Tyler. Yeah, so let's try this. I just uncommented that outright. Let's check it out. Am I not even running? No, it should be running. Oh, there we go. Took a second. Okay, so set levels to 10 so we can join this tryout. Yeah, it should tell you to talk to him outright. Or it should open the dialogue when you get in here, maybe. Yeah, so I broke this by disassembling. So we go to shallow pool. This all looked like it was great. But then my question was about, we disassemble this now. Destroy it. We go get more wood. We get another net. Well, first of all, we talk to him. No difference yet. So we get the stuff needed. We make a new shallow pool. And does this add to the count? It does. Okay. Ooh, Stevio subscribe. Thank you, man. He doesn't even know what a spinning wheel is. I know what a spinning wheel is. I just don't know the sprite. I have another 8. So we process these guys. I try to leave. It won't let me. It's just one more time again. Just disassemble this. Let's do it again. I should raise the respawn on these items. Somebody like me shouldn't be able to just steal all this stuff. Cool, so now it's actually updating. I guess I needed this check because of the fact that I was doing something wrong earlier. Like, I had this amount being based off of the guild state, and that was throwing stuff off. So now it's like, you've gathered enough. If I go talk to them, it doesn't work. Forcing me to process. Damn it. Forcing a crash. Entity.refid. Okay, easy. because this is supposed to be camps. Wow. So I was actually in my success case. It's like, oh, we're succeeding. Let's clear all the camps. And I was just calling the wrong variable. Let's try it again. Wait, so Stevio's tier 3. I think that means he's got the bone dagger. Or is that tier 1? What do we got? Money bags? I think bone dagger's tier 2. Oh, look at that money bag. Nice. Okay, so we need 5 more. I like that, like, the server crashed. I come back in and it rolled back a minute. Just because it saves every 2 minutes. It's okay. Oh, look at that. I forgot about this. You'll notice it's all confused. I logged in. It didn't update as I got more shrimp. That's because the timer isn't on right now. It turns on by me talking to him. This is a fallback, is if you somehow get into the state I'm in, which this crash into a relog did get me in. If I talk to him, it'll fix it. So let's see if it works or breaks without me fixing it. So I end up processing this first. How much? 62 uses left. Oh. So only the very first camp has its... It doesn't really matter, but the text not matching is what does. So it's like when I rebuilt a camp, it had the full depletion amount. Only the first one actually had the amount that perfectly matched the quest. So what it should be is that if you try to build a second camp, like if you need 25, you get 10, process, disassemble. Now you need 15. When you build the new camp, it should set it to 15, not nothing. Carson, quick question. Any word on a bestiary for drops? What's a bestiary mean? And that's interesting you say that. I had a game called Bestiary that I thought I invented the word. Wow, that's a throwback, man. I guess that's literally the word. I just thought I invented I guess I just heard it before and I thought I was all smart. No, we don't have one, but I have given the NPC drop tables into the development channel on Discord. It's a JSON object. You can parse those. I believe the wiki might have the drop table, but I thought it would. Oh, okay, let me just see. I guess Discord, or not Discord wiki is missing that. So if I go to NPCs and I click on a large rat, it's an image. More info at rats. Drops. There we go. So there is it's not a bestiary, but if you go to the wiki, go to the NPC section, you could pick your NPCs like this orc here. So let's say the king orc. We go to more info at orcs. We go to the king orc. These drop rates seem incomplete, aren't they? Or are these king orcs different? Because this one's very complicated. And then these ones aren't. Interesting. Yeah, it should be here though. If you look up, it's not goats, it's sheep. If you go to sheeps, yeah, you can see that they each drop raw steak, level 7, location. Sheep and Shirley. So I just realized, and I'm sorry for those of you who overwatch the wiki, but there is a gap in the information you guys are getting now. So what you are getting here is the NPCs that are in the object list, like the hard to find. So what you can say is that we know sheep exist. And people have found Shirley. So I think Shirley was manually added because it's at the top left. But what this is kind of lacking is wild sheep. And that's because wild sheep are not different. Wild sheep are just, we put a sheep in the world, and then we just add properties to it where I change the name to have the word wild in it, and then I make it aggressive. That's it. And I could insert drops or other stuff into it, but it's not in the same location, so you guys don't really have like wild sheep as a concept, which is interesting. Like if you think about that's actually so interesting. You guys are missing that info when you work on the wiki. Like if you think about the king goblin, like the king orc and the thievable chest, and how there's all these really high level orcs that guard it, but there's only one king. They're all king orcs, but all the other orcs have their name changed and their head changed to be something different, and maybe even other body parts, so they look different. But all stat-wise and drop-wise, those guys are all other kings, I believe. But I doubt the page would reflect that. So it's interesting. I was redoing NPCs with drops and stuff. Okay. Yeah, so the Discord development thing, it's not like this is out like wrong or anything, the JSON. It's just that they're missing extra info that might be in our tile, like our map editor only. But that is a good starting point. Okay, so I need to make it so that these things figure out amount left. So where do I calculate amount left? Amount left is here. So get rid of that. Okay, so here I say, so if the camp is null, or the camp.ref ID is smaller than 0. So we'll, if we got rid of a camp and then a new one came on, we will replace it. And this shouldn't be amount. Okay, this should be amount left is bigger than 0. Amount left, otherwise 1, I guess. 0 might be weird, but 1. No, it shouldn't even be that. If camps are bigger than 0 and amount left is bigger than 0, that's what it is. And then we just set amount left to be what's depleted. And then having multiple camps in the same tutorial, which you shouldn't do, but you can force to happen, or cheese or somehow, won't be an issue. Yeah, this is way better, because even with like getting rid of depletion as an example on guild quest or guild camps, you could still run into some weird scenario if like the server goes down, right? Like something weird where it's like you have this camp that doesn't count as a camp, and server goes down, and maybe it's not there when it respawns because it's not saved. Yeah, this is way better. So let's try it again. Oh, get murdered. Get murdered. Oops. Shoot, I did the woodcutting exam. So having these logs will actually count as things I need to collect. Okay. So we do the log, we build a lumber camp. Bam. I get a single log. Goes down, nice. I process. I disassemble. We pick up more. You have gathered enough, click process. Interesting. I have gathered enough, I just don't have a camp to process. I put a camp up. It says gather another 5 because I don't have enough. Interesting. If I click check, this should need 5. 5, perfect. So it doesn't, before it would need like 60 or something, so that's good. Goes down to 4. Interesting. Way better. An anonymous cheer. Thank you, Anon, or anonymous person. Thanks for the cheer. Okay, speak to the guy to end. That seemed like it worked. If I call get camps. No camps. Okay, cool. It didn't. No ghost camp. It used to be a ghost camp. Okay. I'm way happier about that than it should have been. Alright, so now we're here. I see what you mean. It should teleport you and then the dialogue at the very least. It is kind of weird how that worked. Very ugly. Donate the items. So I want to make this its own little chest, but cool. So let's just keep doing this till we can do all the quests without a bug, while trying to break it. Once you have right set levels 10. Okay, so I had a feature suggestion, and I would like you guys to, I'd like to get some people's opinion on it because I kind of like it. I think it's pretty interesting. So one of the things we want to add is that when you left click on these skills, a menu pops up that just tells you about the skill. Maybe it tells you what you can do. Maybe it tells you everything possible, whatever, right? It just kind of information about a skill, blah. What if on these skill things, there was a right click option, and that right click option was skill specific actions. So right clicking a mining thing might have construct mining camp as like a thing that you could just go straight to that menu option. Or camps could have the right click destroy all camps, right click find camps. That would end up going in the chat. So it's like those commands would move to click buttons, and then other just useful skills would go there. So it's like if I want a fishing camp and I don't even know what I need, I could right click on the fishing line. There's my options, and one of them could just be like create fishing camp, and it would tell me like, hey, you don't have what you need or whatever. Big yes on that. I like that because I forget where I left my camps sometimes. Yeah, and I really don't like commands. Like, the commands are useful, but they're not, you know? Like, they're useful in that it's a great fix while this game is an alpha, and we know there's going to be awkward bugs like ghost camps once in a while. But they should not be part of our game design, you know? Do get camps in chat. Yeah, for right now you can do get camps. You have no camps. You could do like / destroy all camps. But people have to memorize it to like know. Doesn't seem too useful compared to the work to make it. But the rest of it doesn't feel like that much vague over just seeing the information. Okay, I see. Yeah, the original thought about that was specifically about the camps. Like, what if there was just options? Because having commands just seems off. And yeah, I see what you mean though. Okay. Maybe right click for the construction kill. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really the commands are what kind of brought us down this train of thought. But I agree, for regular skill things, it doesn't really give you much. I said that, but you're right. It doesn't. But yeah, the / commands, like, wow, if those could just be like a thing there, that'd be cool. Anyway, what was I doing? Bam, I'm here. So I talk to this guy. I'm just like, ooh. So let's try to cheese my way out of this one now. Now that's a quest. So I make a mining camp. Gather more ores. If I check this guy, it says there's 25 left. Sure. Let's disassemble this guy. Let's go do it again. Oh, need another pickaxe. Let's check it. 24, says 24. If I talk to the guy, still doesn't know. Okay. So let's make sure that we have over 8, and then we will try again. Because if we have 8 or whatever, it might fall into the tutorial case. Just gotta test that. Unlike the value-added goodness of an upgraded spinning wheel. Osmium spinning wheel, let's go. Oh my. Okay, so we have 8. We talked to this guy. Bam. Didn't work. So we actually have to finish the quest now. So let's log out. Let's log in. No. Let's disassemble this bad boy. Then log out. Then log in. And then reassemble it. And then we check this camp. 70 uses. Because when you log in, the timer wasn't on. I'd have to talk to this guy. Now, if I check, 16 uses. Nice. So, that's not perfect, but at least it fixed itself. If you talk to him to finish the exam, though, like it would have... I guess it would be fine. Like, it would just say, gather enough. No. I'll tomorrow when and maybe even this evening, depending on how much time I get today, but I'll make this proper. We'll do a good job. Just make a tab on the left that shows all the camps. Maybe add a hotkey clickable to destroy one of all camps remotely. Much more user-friendly commands. Wouldn't be that much coding. That's a good idea. Another thing we were thinking is, in the same way we want to add left-click options to view information about these things, those UIs could also have custom buttons, right? So we could have it so that when you view your construction info, there is like, maybe it's there, it shows all the camp info. Yeah, sadly, camps... Oh, I guess camps are account-wide, not adventure-wide. So it does make sense to be on the left, because left is per account, right is per adventurer. Gather another 1 copper ore. Camp's depleted. So... I made 1 too little. And how much does this literally have? Check. 1. So yeah, literally it processed the 1. Bam. Speak to your guide. Cool, that actually remedies itself. That should have teleported. I hate that I have to wait till the second continue. There's always space on the left tab. But yeah, whatever you want to do. No, the left tab does make sense, especially as like a simple one. We kind of want to overhaul the left tab a lot. There's a few different things, like this friend chat is pretty garbagely implemented. I mean, it served its purpose 2 years ago, but this needs a facelift. It needs some love. This needs some love. This needs some love. All 3 of these should probably, like, we're talking about pretty much getting rid of these 3 buttons. Where we're even thinking of going about it is something like getting rid of these 3 buttons and almost doing like a League of Legends type chat where when nothing's going on and somebody messages, you just see that message, almost like the Twitch stream where like the chat comes up and fades away. But then if you press enter, it means you want to talk, and then it actually, the full UI pops up rather than just the words. Like, we've been talking about stuff like that because this is a little not friendly and confusing. Like, Quest feels like it should be on the right, even though the rules we set out, it should be on the left. The UI just needs a bit of love. Donate items. Okay, this better remember it's 28 and not 8. I don't actually think this guy's gonna know. Yep, it only took 8. Okay, so that is because guild chest. Nope, not guild chest UI. The getter for a guild chest only knows it's supposed to be 8. Resource amount is item amount. Guild item amount. Ooh, actually, it worked properly. It's that the step was, or it's the other logic needs to get the number from here. Perfect. Wow. Okay. So it's the quest entrance exam. So if you go to step entrance timer, nope, tutorial, oops, I mean server. So let's go to getter, let's go to guilds, item amount. So yeah, this I want to be 25 for the quests. 28 is only for the tutorial. This is what the chest was already using. And then this 25 here needs to be quest item amount. So what the quest thinks the item amount is. Entrance exam, item amount. And then this 25 gets it from there. And this 8 is only for the tutorial case. Nice. Ooh, thank you for the five subs, Nox. There you go, Nox always wants first. You're always trying to steal from me. Oh, 6 subs. Wow, I guess overall it's 6. Rip. You guys. Well, thank you both. Thank you, all of you. It's really appreciated. Okay, so let's get in here. Bam! Oh, pain, suffering. I shouldn't have done the same. Why did I do this? I just realized when I'm testing is like a quest case, not the tutorial case, and I made a whole new account. So now I have to speed run this tutorial. Tick speed 100. Build a mining camp. Go, 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 go. Get him. All right. Jaegar wasn't even subbed. Scandalous. So scandalous. So when a sub is gifted, does it just randomly give it to someone who follows, or do you pick the gifts? I'm a little confused about that. Still new to me. It does unless you pick them. Oh, okay. Maybe a viewer. Yeah, like I've recognized the names. I'm assuming that maybe it is a viewer. That'd be interesting. If it's, I don't know if they're followers or viewers. Jaegar, if you're here, type in the chat so we know you're a viewer. If not, it's probably follower. Hey, I donated. What's this on about? Tick speed 500. Okay. It says donate to the guild. Donate to the guild. Yes, okay. So now it's always 8. Or I mean, it's always 25 when the tutorial case is supposed to be less. So, when's the guild chest tier going to increase? We're probably going to add new tiers as we add new guilds. So expect the next guild to be the melee guild, and when that happens, we may add a tier 6 and a tier -6. But there will be more tiers, because as you can kind of expect, as we, right now we only have to osmium, so as we add more equipment levels and stuff, we're going to need more tiers. I think we're going to aim for about 10 tiers of every guild, like 10 tiers in the end. But if some guilds are like asymmetrical and have more or less than others, it's just might happen that way. Thanks, Stevio, for the do more subs. Nice. Oops. Salt. You guys are funny. You guys. Okay, so that's really annoying now. I thought I had this genius way to do this. I thought this worked. I was like, wow, it already works on this end. But now we have a new issue. The new issue is that this 8, this 25 it expects is like hard-coded in a way, I guess. Before, I didn't even realize. So this is made at runtime. Like, this is decided when you first start the game. So we can't like inject into this whether you're in the tutorial or not. Yes, we can. I just gotta rewrite this better. Okay. So assert this. If this succeeds, go to the next step. Otherwise, blah. So next, I need to assert build step. Here we go. Basically, I need to say, okay, wait, so if it fails, it goes to the next step list, which there is nothing. So if it fails, what I actually want is end action. Okay. Next, I'm gonna have to chain this into the tutorial logic. So this should be check character state, I think is what I'm looking for. And I need to check the params that we're in the tutorial. 4 is tutorial, I know that. I need to check if tutorial step check character state. Let me do this first. Is state. So I'm looking for a true case, like a true yes or no. So I'm looking to see if you are in the middle of step 3. Yes. So if we are in the middle of, so if the tutorial is in the, let me fucking just define this. Tutorial state is 4. Not donated is 3. So if we are in the tutorial state and we have not donated, then we need to donate. Now a better check is, that's a terrible check. A better check is 0 complete. Yeah. Oops. So complete is 0. So if you have completed the tutorial, then you are going to go to the next step list And if you have not completed the tutorial, you are in the tutorial, in which case you have to go to, I'm gonna have to check it, but it's like next step list 3 or whatever, however this works. So here is going to be the, you are in a quest, and then here is going to be the, you are in the tutorial case. And then either one is going to fall into the I guess it's, yeah, I should call this the quest remove item. Then this here is the tutorial remove item. Oops, move these guys up into here. Savage. Be careful, Time Carson. Occasionally my guy won't use the next camp. Seems buggy. Seems to only be in Woodcutting Guild, right? Like all magic teas are gone because we were doing it, and it tries to go for the one at the rock. Oh, so if there is no option, okay, I can totally see that. So it's like if there's nowhere to go, and it's supposed to chain camps, it's not chaining camps. I can see that. That seems reasonable. And that exact case probably could screw up somebody who's set to idle. Like if you're idling camps, but there's so much competition that your guy doesn't end up getting to actually mine for a little bit because the ores are all gone. If it's too big of a gap, like something with a long respawn time, it could boot you out of idle because you're inactive. No, you're onto something. You for sure are onto something. Okay, I need to just find where we define this stuff again. I kind of forget all these options. Step result. Where's step result? Step result. It's in step. Step result. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So I want this on the right side. Let's just start closing them. Here we go. Okay, so you walk beside the chest. This is step list 1. You open the chest interface. This is 2. We assert, oops, so we always open the interface, which we might change tomorrow, but we'll see. So that's 1, this is 2, then we're at 3, where we assert that you are in the quest. Otherwise, if you're not in the middle of a quest, we just leave because that doesn't matter for the rest of this. Then we check, are you in the tutorial? Have you finished the tutorial or not? So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So if you have finished the tutorial, we want you to go to end and go to 4. If you have not finished the tutorial, we end and go to 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Actually, I'm going to move these into here. So this is going to become 3 and 4. There is an issue with gold camps in mining area where a single character will stop. Though if I had to guess, maybe there's a gold camp above ground. That's very fishy. Is this consistent? Like it's not about the rock going away, it's just for some reason he'll stop? Why is it called raw steak if it comes off a sheep? Shouldn't it be chopped? Yeah, it's called raw steak because right now meat is meat. I mean, like, there's so much depth in fish, but meat is meat, you know? Red meat is red meat. No difference. They're all steak. But yeah, no, it should be a chop or something. It should be something different. Even lamb steak I'd be happy with. Or not lamb, sheep steak. He moves to close to the gem area and stops at times, though I reported the issue with Osmium doing the same where dead ends too. Very interesting. It's all fun and games, just throwing some money to keep the servers on. Appreciated. I think it's just trying to find a mine above ground. I could see that, but the way stuff is coded, we usually don't have checks that would work that way. But, you know, I shouldn't say that. Like, who knows? I'll take a look. Maybe you're right. That's definitely, I shouldn't just dismiss it until I check. So, yeah, maybe it's something above ground. I have a feeling that is it that there's no gold camp nearby too, or maybe that gold is weird. Like, I'm kind of wondering if it's that the tiers are working better, and then something like gold is weird because it's not really a tier. And if we ever pass like tier 3, maybe all of a sudden somewhere in its logic, it looks for Nelinite when it's gold, right? Like, it's not a tier, and I don't think we did it by tier, but if we did it by tier, it might get confused if we just said, like, oh, gold's a tier 3 thing. You know? Test the osmium camp near the volcano. Okay. Alright. Near the volcano. I mean, I can just do that right now. Nice. Where is it? Is it below ground? Yeah, below ground in the volcano over here. Happens almost instantly when using a camp down. I'm trying to remember where the Oz... It's to the left, right? Is it this left one? This one. That, yeah. Down. He says down again. Love these delays. So you said below ground. That's it. All right, nice. Osmium, here we go. Hello, Alpha Wolf. Okay. Okay, where is it? 2, 3, 4. 5 of these. And a saw. I hate how zooming on your character is like so ugly. I hate how it zooms in and out. How can I not find the saw in this full inventory? It's always here. Come on, there we go. Osmium mining camp. Okay, first of all, I need another axe. I got a regular pickaxe, it's fine. Set levels. Boom. I was to the right of the node, if that matters. Yeah, let's try that just in case it does. It probably shouldn't, but if it's a pathing thing, I don't want to take guesses. Pathing has had issues before. Tick speed 100. It's fast mine. Alright, slowing down back to live speed. It will path to the ladder below. Oh. that's how it... Okay, let's see. Come on, rock. Deplete. It's just double time. Doesn't have to be super fast. Put this on the side. Okay, so we do this. Gonna be ending the stream shortly. I just want to test this bug, and then I do have to move on with my Thanksgiving plans. Why not just allow an option to upgrade a single camp? Adding charges to the camp based on whatever by creating another camp would be same thing. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that actually. Just being able to repair a camp or upgrade a camp. And all it does is it just adds to that depletion charges. One day this rock will deplete. 2, so this is basically this. Okay, Bool's on board. Bool likes it. Okay, so all of this stuff is going to go into the case that they all end up doing. Except this. Goes bam and bam. So the quest case is 8, hard-coded. I should probably put that somewhere, but hard-coded for now. Oh, you're right. Okay, it went down, and it's looking here. Oh, no, Vio, that definitely looked like it was trying to find an osmium ore that was far away. If it went to the top left, then you'd know it's just 0, 0, so it could be some position thing, but it had a target. Like, it knew what it was doing when it went this way. In fact, you're so right, we're going to do this again. And I'm going to find the place in code I can just put a breakpoint. Oh, that happened too fast. Is there ores above ground? I don't think there is there. There used to be one above the ladder, so I thought maybe it was going for that one. Oh, okay. Wait. Let me consult with the world map here. All right. So this is here. So we were here. Yeah, I don't see. That's too blurry, sadly. Okay. Set position 150, 40. Let's go. Yeah, I see what you mean. There did used to be one above ground. Is there still one? Because that's all clay. But it was over here. It's lower, not on the left. Yeah, so it's... Okay. Yeah, so if there was a ore up here, I could see that, but I don't think there is an osmium up here. Still, the bottom left could be the closest. Yeah, like who knows? Bottom left might be the closest still. Like it's not one of these guys, but maybe it is trying to find like PvP Island or Mining Guild are both bottom left of this guy. Yeah, it's not any of these guys. Wonder where the closest is. There was one previously here. Yeah, there did used to be one here. When we created the mining guild, we nerfed this area. We were just trying to slightly nerf the top left of the map. So, but I don't think you're wrong at all. I think you're right. It is it's definitely pathfinding to something. Like, it is not random. It's not just running. That was a pathfind look. So let's go to the getter for mining camp. Let's see what process even does. Not process, what operate does. Operate calls action interval 2. Operate, okay, step, operate, construction object. So where do we do pathfinding? Find nearest entity. Can move to next camp. Okay, let's recreate this little issue. Nearest entity. Finds one, we're good. Get it. Tick speed 50. Just make it deplete super fast. $35, $313. Osmium rock. 35, $313. Yep. So VO, and I think even map 2. It is on the right map, right? I think so, even though it doesn't say that. Oh, map 1. Yep, it is on the right map. So you are right, Vio. It's not looking for the one above ground, though, but it is looking for a underground mining guild positioned osmium rock. So what ended up happening, that's changed here, is there is a bug that has now been brought to our attention that the distance check is not exiting early. It is actually looking the entire map and finding that rock. It shouldn't do that. It's supposed to exit out early. The fact that it even went that far to find it is bad. So, unless it's just this check. I say that, maybe it's wrong, because it's not like every search does it. This is its own type of search. So maybe this guy doesn't have, oh, search radius. Find search radius. Search radius is default. So 5. Huh. I don't understand why this found it, but it should be a little smarter than that. But yeah, that is what's happening. Yeah, it is greater than it was back in the day. I am positive, now that I'm thinking about this, that this happened during patch 6162. I remember at the start of us working on it, I had issues with the tutorial. Yeah, I had issues with the guild quest thing, because if you built your camp too far away from the resource, the person doing the tutorial got stuck. That was a problem, right? Like, you know, it says do this to build a camp. You're just standing on top of where you picked up the logs. You build a camp up there, and that was too far away, and it complained. And now that I say that, I have not seen that issue in a long time. It can path and find all of them. But yeah, it used to not even, like, it was short. It was pretty short, the range. Gold nodes are strange because it's difficult for it to occur since there are a good number close. It will do a similar action much less often. Yeah, so that'll be an issue right now with all construction camps. So you're going to see that with fishing pools. You're going to see that with everything. All right, I'm going to write this down. Quad tree search seems to find entities way outside of the search radius. Write that down. Write that down. Well, guys, sorry that we didn't end up finishing this hotfix, but I do have to go on and do some stuff. So thank you all for coming out on this Sunday stream. I will try to get these hotfixes up. Sadly, this tutorial one has been a bit more, but I think it's pretty good. So I'll try to get these up as soon as I can. Probably will be tomorrow. And then whoever has a bug tutorial, I might need to manually teleport you back to the tutorial to finish it. Unless I do a whole account migration, go through all the adventurers, see if you're in the middle of the quest, throw a guy there, but I don't know. I feel like that's asking for a bug. So yeah, I'll come up with a good way to do it. I'll let you guys know. Thank you, Stevio. Happy holidays to everybody. See you later, and y'all are welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you next Sunday. If not, it's because I'm finally getting to have a trip, so it'll be worth it. But I'll let you guys know what the plan for the stream is before Sunday, and it'll be exciting. So see you all later, and have a wonderful weekend.